tie game with about 5 minutes ago. What did you see? What's your takeaway those last 5 minutes of the game when they outscored you by 8?
Yeah, we had good looks that just didn't go down. I thought 5 possessions there. We had a couple good looks at threes and some good looks at layups and just didn't go down.
How would you describe what you guys got from Kyrie tonight?
He was great. He was great on both ends, and again, as leadership, and he was aggressive and got good looks. He probably would think that he had some good looks at layups that didn't fall for him, but I thought he was great. And then being able to play off his teammates and get his teammates shots, he was good, really good.
You guys were down 16 in the first half. I mean, what did you just think about the overall effort to get back in that one?
Yeah, the effort was high. I mean, we expected them to come out, and as you said, we got down 16, but we kept fighting, and we had a lot of opportunities to take the lead. The ball just didn't fall for us.
On these nights like tonight when Kyrie is pretty much the only one that has it going in the first half, I guess, why do you think it was so difficult for other guys to kind of get a rhythm?
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't get a rhythm. They just didn't make shots. It's basketball. You can't be perfect. You're not going to make them all. And so PJ didn't make any tonight, and we still had a chance to get the lead in that game and find a way to win on the road against a very talented team. And so it just shows the character and that group in there. You can say underman, next man up. We put ourselves in a position to get a win, and we came up short.
How do you think you guys handled kind of the circumstances of the night, the hype, the hoopla, the emotion of facing Luka, and then just the challenge of defending him?
I thought we did a great job of the emotion of the game, understanding what our game plan and our job was to try to find a way to win. We put ourselves in a position, came up short, but I thought the guys fought. As you brought up, we were down 16, and we didn't let go of the rope. We kept fighting and found our way into this game, and could have went either way, but they were the better team tonight.
What do you think got Klay going tonight?
I thought Klay was great in that stretch there. He got us going, being able to slip and being able to catch and shoot, and the quarterbacks being able to find him. I thought they did a really good job there. Again, he had some looks that just didn't go down there in the fourth.
When you just kind of look at his season with you guys, how have you seen him manage the different adjustments of getting acclimated to a new team and then adjusting when Luka was hurt and post-trade?
He's a pro. He's a great player to coach. He's a great teammate. And so I think when you understand that, as he's seen this journey or this marathon quite a few times, it's understanding when to go. And he's been playing at a high level for us here the last couple of weeks.
We know Luka was Luka, but did you notice any difference in how he approached the game tonight, especially playing with a guy like LeBron?
No, I thought he was. He picked his spots. He was able to find his teammates. He was Luka. He drove it, made plays, and then also finished. Probably had some looks that normally goes down for him, but he was. He fills up the stat sheet like no other player. So I think he had a triple-double, and again he can find his teammates, and his teammates delivered tonight. Thanks.
Excuse me.
Kyrie, it was a tie game midway through the fourth quarter, and they outscored you guys 16-8 down the stretch. What was your takeaway? What happened those last 6 minutes of the game?
Man, it was just a lot of our effort was there, with just our body positioning, and they were taking advantage of just where we were spaced out on the floor defensively. They got a few fast break layups. Braun was creating space in that dunker, and then down the stretch they made the effort plays that were necessary to get the win, which created that separation for them. So.
Kyrie, Luka talked a lot about the emotions of tonight's game, and part of that included you. He called you mi hermano. What was it like going against him?
Awkward as shit. It was awkward, but now I could talk about the emotions of it. It was awkward, but at the same time, it was fun. We got a chance to, feel like we were in practice all over again, going at each other. That was a good reflection point. And then just, seeing the crowd cheer for him and just get him going and see him make some of the tough shots that I've seen him make thousands of times. That's probably made it even more awkward. But, it was fun. It was fun competing. A lot of high-level basketball players out there, a lot of high-level plays, high IQ plays. It's what you want to be a part of as a competitor. And you could tell J.J. Redick was trying to prepare the guys emotionally, especially Luka, and I feel like he handled himself well. It was a good show out in L.A. against, two good teams.
Yeah, what's good, Kai? First off, got to give you your credit. I mean, shoot, even before I started the media company, been to several of your games, and you hoop every single time. Never once questioned if you give it your all, and you do that every single time. But
Thank you.
want to talk to you, bro. You scored a lot of your buckets in only 3 dribbles or less. Like, I had to ask you because, like, in this time, kids feel like they got to take 1,000,000 dribbles to get to their spots. But you, even with all the creativity, you took 3 dribbles or less to score. If you look at it, it's only like 1 bucket where you took more.
Yeah.
So, like, for you, like, how important is that, doing that?
It's very important. It's part of the adjustments that I make, the night before the game or, watching film right before the game, just knowing how the defense is going to be playing me. I'm getting a lot of strong wings, very, lengthy at that in terms of being able to force me into positions out there on the floor where help is or guard me one-on-one pretty tough. So 3 dribbles sometimes is all you need and all you can use. Space closes up really quick. So trying to be efficient with that. And, if I take more than 3 dribbles, that double team comes pretty fast. So I got to get the ball either out of my hands or go try to make a play. And that's what I was trying to do tonight. A few of them were successful, a few of them weren't. But, I just take it to the bank of my memory. I take it to my memory bank, just being able to adjust moving forward and seeing how guys are going to play against me. Appreciate that, though.
Kyrie, I think Luka said after the game, like, relationship y'all have is just deeper than basketball.
For sure.
I was just curious, in the time y'all spent together, why do you think it was just a strong relationship between y'all? How'd y'all just develop that?
I mean, because we had a lot of fun, bro. We went to Madrid. We started preseason in Abu Dhabi, which helped us out a lot, man. When you're on the road and you get to know someone and their family and you're introducing everybody to your friends. And, Madrid was, like, very special because that's where he played. And I got a chance to meet some of his friends and his support system out there. And I think that just carried over into the season. And, he was in, just great spirits, coming into the last season. And it was easy to, compliment him while he's having an MVP season, MVP caliber season. I feel like he, if not deserved MVP, he finished second. But at the same time, he carried us a lot of the way where, I was injured or hurt. And, he carried the brunt of responsibility. So I think for me, it was respect there before we played together. But then playing with him, he's just, innocent kid at the same time, just ultra talented. Whole world's in front of him. You want to protect people like that, too, because I feel like sometimes people come at him crazy, which is unnecessary, and he responds in his own way. But he's not from America. He's not used to the degenerative culture here, at times, especially when the narrative starts spinning. So my goal was just to protect him, man. And that's why it goes deeper than basketball. Been out a few times where just our families have connected. And, this is one of those lifetime things for me. I think he feels the same way. If he doesn't, I'll put him in a headlock.
You guys just got a little glimpse of what this looks like with AD. And obviously you haven't seen the full thing with D Live in the mix. How much time do you think you guys need to be able to kind of get ramped up with that duo to have a reasonable chance to see how
Make a
good you
push.
can be? Yeah, and how do you feel about kind of the possibilities at this point based on, some hope, obviously, but very little actual evidence?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I mean, we even framed it. Just to answer your second part of your question, I mean, this is a strong focus. This is still a deep focus here, and that's not going to change, especially as I'm getting prepared and as I'm talking to my teammates and the coaching staff is relaying things to me. Obviously we have injuries, and getting AD back would be tremendous. We want him to get fully healthy or as close to 100% as he can be. Like you said, we've seen glimpses of it, but I think the ramp-up period is going to be an adjustment period too. I don't think it would be as hard of an adjustment just because he's a big and he's agile. He's able to pass, shoot, dribble. He's able to play without the basketball. He's able to lead us defensively and get himself going. So we're just going to be leaning in on his IQ and leaning on his skill sets and allowing him to play in space and be the player he's been, and also raise it to another level now that he's playing with other players that can complement him in a different way, other than when he was playing at Lakers. So I'm excited about that, man. As a point guard, as one of the lead guards on the team, I'm excited to just throw it down to somebody, let them take the double team, and let me just play on the backside, you know what I mean? Or let me just play, 4-on-3 and make the decisions. But until that point comes, I'm just going to keep, ramping up what I'm doing and limit my turnovers, finish at the rim a little bit better. I missed some easy bunnies tonight. But, yeah, just our margin for error right now is really small. So a lot of shots got to go in, and we got to get a lot of stops consecutively in order to be in the game. And down the stretch we were, but those effort plays, man, those 50-50 basketballs, position plays, and just thinking the game, time, shot clock, what's going on, and everybody getting used to playing like that. There were some shots out there where guys felt confident. I'm going to always support that. So are the coaches, and now it's just getting the best shot possible where we have our legs underneath us. It's a great shot for all of us, and it's not rushed.
Kyrie, what did it mean for you to see Kobe and Gianna's statue?
Man, it meant everything to me, man. It meant everything to me. I needed that before the game. I was, I don't know if anybody in here has ever dealt with that avoiding feeling, avoiding things that you know are going to kind of be painful or hurt you, and it's going to be best for you at the same time. That was one of those things. I hadn't been to the statue just because I was, all in my head, all in my emotions the last few times we've come here. And, obviously I've paid my respects to his family as well, and I always try to, Vanessa and the kids. At the same time, sitting in front of that statue just felt different. And I needed that before the game, just for my own peace of mind as I move forward in my healing journey. It's been a long time since I've had to face something like that. So sitting there before the game probably wasn't ideal timing, but I know I needed to do it. So I'm grateful, man, especially as God watches over me, and Gigi and Kobe and a lot of my ancestors are watching over me. So I'm just grateful. I don't take those moments for granted.
When you had the three bouncing in the fourth quarter, you gave the fist pump. Was that intentionally a little Kobe?
Yeah, I'm a little troll, man, at times. I definitely was giving that Kobe fist like a few times. Kobe held it a little bit longer like this, and he would grit his teeth. But for me, I was just like, yes, I got lucky in his building. So it felt good, man.
I think it was like the bottom out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You start gritting his teeth. Everybody knows that face too well. That face too well.
Luke really well, obviously, and one of the things when you get traded, it's like a rejection, right? Like it's something like, wow, they traded me. And since he's been here, he's talked a couple times about it's going to take some time for me to have closure. It's going to take some time for me to process. Have you seen that? Like I know you watch a lot of basketball, right? Have you seen just him the last couple of weeks trying to process this, and how did he look tonight, just in terms of his spirits, in terms of the Luka you know?
Well, number one thing I don't do is I don't try to judge Luka just based off of how he's playing basketball as much. I know it's his professional job. It's, got to do it as a teammate, but try to make sure he's just good as a human being first, and then everything else follows after that. I think I would add sentiments to his point of just, I've gone through being traded midseason, having to pick up your family. You have all these thoughts in your head that you're going to be somewhere for the rest of your career, be with certain teammates. Things are going well. You feel like, there's not much room for, any change that you're expecting, right? It's just, I don't think he expected the change, and I think that's probably what leads to him feeling his emotions even more so in a deeper way. Rejection, I think that's a strong word. Some people would use other words to describe it, but sometimes it can feel like that, and you got to go through, your process of grieving, and I just think sometimes grieving in the NBA circles right now in basketball is not like a word we use, because like, just be tough, bro. Like, you go out there and play. You're playing for the Lakers, you're playing for the Mavs. Like, just pick it up, and everybody just expects you to turn over the next page and get over it. The reality is, man, we're human too. We've said it plenty of times, but he's still a young kid. We come in here at young ages. Some of us are emotionally mature. Some of us are not. Some of us have a good handle on what our responsibility is when we come in the league. Some of us do not. It requires development in that area as a human being. Basketball is not going to fix it. No matter if you score 40, 30, it's not going to hide your deficiencies or weaknesses, and we all have them. So I'm just saying, as a protective big brother, I was just looking at him from afar, sending him texts, making sure he's good. And when I saw him, I expected him to be over the next, that hill, as we like to call it, right? Just getting over that rejection or getting over the anger Sometimes it could lead to hatred. Sometimes it could lead to uncertainty. So I'm just proud of him, the way he's just gone out there and played and kept his family close, kept his friends close, know exactly who's in his corner. And he's got to, deal with the LA media. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with that. I'm in Dallas. I'm safely kept now. So, he has to deal with this LA media. I don't know what it's like here.
What was today like? What was today like in that journey of closure and stuff?
You said the journey of closure?
Yeah, like what in terms of turning.
No, it was a good step. Good step. Just steps every day. Steps every day. Again, he's human. He's gonna sometimes tell you guys how he's feeling. Sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's gonna pretend like he doesn't speak English, and sometimes he's not. He's gonna tell you how he feels. So you guys got to get used to him, man. I'm used to it already. Love the guy.
Kai, you play with both Luka and LeBron. How did you kind of see their IQs working and meshing together out there?
Oh man, high level, man, and you can just see the nonverbal communication that goes on. And then you see them kind of figuring out their roles of when to press and when to be aggressive. You got JJ calling a heck of a game over there too, offensively, trying to attack certain weak points of other defenses and other opponents. You heard his quote the other day where he didn't get sleep against Denver. I asked him if he got sleep against us. He said no. So I said good. So that means he cared. He cared, and he put us, at the top of the list of like contenders in this league. You got to play hard against us. You got to adjust. You got to have adjustments. So it was exciting to be a part of this, but now you kind of take this one to the bank and get ready for when we see them in Dallas. All right, got you guys.
Klay, Coach said you guys had many shots, many chances, and had open shots. What was your takeaway from tonight's game?
I thought we fought hard. I think, I think we could have been better with the fouling. Reeves is great at getting in line. So is Luka. But I thought we played a great game as far as effort and intensity. There's a couple possessions I wish we could have back instead of kicking out the three. We gotta take those layups. But tough trip on the West Coast, but there's a lot of positives to go back home with.
What was that like facing Luka for the first time?
It was strange, but he's a competitive guy, and so are we. So it was fun to battle. I know we'll see him at least one more time and maybe twice, but it was strange at first. But once you run up and down the court a couple times, it's just another basketball game.
You played in a lot of big games before, but how much mental toughness does it take to play in a game like this, where emotions are heightened?
This is a big regular season game, but it doesn't fit the bill of a Game 7 or elimination game or a world championship. But it is still a big moment. Anytime you face someone who did as much as Luka did for us, there's going to be emotions involved. So I thought we did a good job of playing through that and sticking together.
And then you obviously went back to play Golden State for the first time earlier this season.
3 times.
3 times.
What's up with that? Why we got to go there 3 times? They only got to come to us once.
And it was the extra game after the tournament.
Come on. But we don't make the schedule.
Was there anything that you told Max about going against your former team for the first time that he kind of?
Not really. Max is a true pro, and he doesn't need that much coaching, especially on the emotional side. And I've been incredibly impressed with his game as his teammate, and he's got a super bright future.
A week before the trade happened, you were talking in Dallas about when you knew Luka was special was when he got Kobe out of the house. I mean, I don't know, did you think about that at all again when it happened? I mean, how have you just processed it? It's just kind of funny that came up the week before it happened.
Yeah, that's life, and I stand by what I said. I mean, that is true. You get Kobe out the house to watch you play, and you got something special. So Luka is a obviously special talent. You don't make the All-NBA first team 5 times without being that gifted. And but you got to put it past you got to put it in the past, because there's no point in going back because then you just can't appreciate what's ahead. And we got to just hold down the fort until we get healthy. But I really believe in this team, especially when we're whole. I know what a championship team looks like and feels like, and I know we have what it takes to do that. We just got to get whole and hold down the fort until we're healthy.
When you play a game like this, Klay, and it's so close in their building, do you allow yourself to think about what would have happened if you had your bigs?
Oh, yeah, every time, even in Golden State. That's human nature. You think about what it looks like when we're whole, and that keeps us going, and it's exciting, really. I mean, there will be a day where our team is completely healthy, and we will cherish those moments because the NBA season is the war of attrition. So we just got to get right at the right time.
Klay, I know how hard you work, how much you put into this game, but you having your family, your friends, you being healthy, knocking down shots, playing the game the right way always. How is it for you, just being able to be out here, doing what you love, but then also, just doing it at a high level and still being at that high level that a lot of people try and doubt and do whatever they want, but you always show them the opposite?
I don't take it for granted, just even playing as many games I've played in this year, being in the lineup consistently. It was really cool seeing Dr. Ferkel tonight. That man reattached my Achilles, so to see him and see how far I've come from the operating table to being out there on a nightly basis, it's a huge accomplishment for myself, and I don't take every night in an NBA jersey. To me is just an honor, and I've enjoyed every second of being a Dallas Maverick, and I know there's so much greatness ahead for us. We just got to stay the course.
What's the biggest challenge in facing a team with both LeBron James and Luka Doncic on it, given they both have unique, similar skill sets, especially from an IQ perspective?
I think the challenge would have to be what LeBron's doing is incredible, and they do play similar, so you got to try and just make it hard for them. And, we threw a lot of doubles at them, and they are great passers, so it's like a chess match, but it's incredibly fun anytime you get to match up with great players. Nice. No problem.